There's a lot still to be done out here, but a lot has been done. So we've got brand new gutters with the gutter guards. You can kind of see up there the leaves are sitting on top of the gutter guards, hoping the wind will blow them away, but at least it's not going to block the water. Brand new gutters all along the front area to get that water out of the way. And you can see we had to kind of tarp this because we did replace windows, but now we're having to eventually replace or add on some hardy board siding. We just haven't gotten to it because we've been so busy on the inside of the house. Can't paint anything or do too much out here because of the temperatures, but eventually. So walking inside, I'm really excited about this area because now we don't, like, would have been a wall, like right here, right when you walk in. That's where the closet was. So it's gone. And now we've got moved lighting. There was a little light inside the closet. That's been moved. So we have a central light in the middle of this area because since it's got the low ceiling, we really needed something to kind of brighten it up and also chop it up a little bit. And now there's no wall. So instead of a closet, which this house is not for want of closet, so it was no big deal getting rid of this one. We've got a little bench seat. So that was a pretty smart idea because we have a return air duct here that's got to go here. And so we'll have a little place you can sit down, take off your shoes, and I'll have some hooks or something like that to hang up, coats. But a little cute cubby. But the central lights in this house were almost non-existent except in some of the bedrooms. So that was a lot of work for my dad and Brian to try to figure out where and how to get some central lighting. This room, it's nice and bright, which I love it, but it had nothing in the ceiling. It had no lights. So I assume that they probably had the type where you turn it on, but it's actually connected to an outlet and might turn on, a lamp or something. So they ended up going through the wall to connect to get a central light in here. So that was much needed. And then we'll move in here, same thing in this room. There's no central light. So also, if you wanted a fan, no circulation, you've got a couple spotlights here, but that's just not enough for a room this size. So that's really having to make the air conditioning work really hard. It's not moving, dust and particles and things like that around the house well enough. So got to get these fans in here. So that was a little bit of a predicament. So you can see how they had to bust open the wall in the ceiling to be able to pull that lighting there. But I'm excited about that. The lighting in this house is quite a puzzle. So I'm very, very blessed to have a dad who's an electrician who can handle all of that because that's quite an expense. So as I back up, this is my favorite room in the house. This is just gonna be the perfect place for us to hang out. I love how open it is. I don't know if you remember, there used to be wall paneling, and we broke down that wall where there was sort of like a pass-through, but now it's completely open. There'll be a central island there. This will be an awesome hangout spot. So they added an area where we can put a chandelier over the island. And the coolest part is we've got these windows. We don't need the deck on the outside of the house anymore because we want to bring in light, way for the sun to get into the basement. So we're going to take that deck off. So we took out the sliding glass door there and then added a window there and replaced that window. That way they all matched. And this is crazy how quickly it happened. There was already headers. So all they had to do is add this header. So it really worked out great. This is a ridiculously huge kitchen. I almost feel guilty about it. Now I'm gonna have to somehow like cooking and baking, but it'll be fun. That little pantry area is gonna be a little coffee bar because this mudroom, which used to have, there's a little remnant left. You can see the avocado paint here, but that used to be that little mudroom bathroom, that little half bath, which is crazy because there's another half bath on this floor, so it's kind of silly to have two. I'd much rather have the space for a pantry and an area to dump stuff where people wouldn't see it. because this is kind of a back entrance. I mean, how many places you get to have 2 windows in a pantry area? So that's pretty special. So then moving into the dining room area, that did have a ceiling light available, so we didn't have to do anything there. But this is where there was some pretty terrible drainage coming from the bathroom up above. So we've torn all that out. Not even gonna put a door here. That way we can let air move. But then we needed a central light because as you can see here, there was only spotlights in this room. So it would just make for a really dark room at night. So that's gonna be great. But lighting everywhere, makes all the difference. And if you're gonna do it, you better do it in the beginning so you don't have to tear things out and do it later. So you can see as far as the drywall goes, we've had them cut in straight lines so it's easier to replace. This is all that plumbing from the upstairs master that's all been replaced. So it sure is looking good. Now we've just got to attack the mudding and the rest of the drywall, and things are really moving along.